So that's what we've been doing for literally the last hour is I have been creating the newest Baba Genesis fan on the planet. And that's Gary.
And boy, was he successful
Oh,
with this
that's
one.
so cool. That's so cool. Well, thank you so much for enjoying our work, our art.
Bands you've heard of.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Bands You've Never Heard of. And got a special one for you here today, buddy. You know how I like to tell the story about how I found each band?
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I cannot remember how I found this band. I have no. Uh, I didn't find it with AI. I don't know if I just stumbled upon it, if they were one of the bands people also listen to bands or what. But none of my previous musical choices on Spotify should have led me to this band at all. And yeah, I don't know. So that's it'll be it's different. Welcome, Gary. I forgot to introduce you. Say hi.
Hi, I'm Gary,
And I'm
and
Jay.
I'm just along for the ride.
Yeah, baby.
Just rolled in from last night's gig like 10 minutes ago, so this is gonna be interesting.
We are recording at 10 a.m. on a Sunday. This
Yeah.
this is this is not normal for either of us. But that's because we have lined up a interview with this band, and well, it's 6 p.m. their time when we interview them.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a big shift.
that's yeah. So there's your first clue as to where
Not
this
as much as
band.
the one for New Zealand,
Nope,
but
not as much as New Zealand. That's true. You want
so
to take a guess?
I'm trying to punch this in.
Yeah, figure out where they are.
So we're looking at 8 hours.
Yeah, we're gonna add a new country to the list today.
Um, well, because of the way you've hinted and stuff and the significance of it. But I don't think they're 8 hours away. I'm thinking Ukraine, but
Damn, you nailed it, buddy.
yes,
Tonight's band, today's band, this show's band hails from Ukraine. That's exactly right.
Yeah, because honestly, as soon as you say, well, this is a very special and it's a poignant, and I'm like, it can only be two countries, and I know that Iran is a lot closer to us than Ukraine is.
I'm gonna start searching for an Iranian band next, and we'll see.
Sweet. No, I was like, but then with the 8 hour time shift, I'm like, God, are they that far away?
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, I've kept up my track record at least a little bit.
Yeah, you're pretty good at guessing my stuff here. All right, I'm gonna share my screen, and you're gonna see the name of the band, and I want you to say it out loud. Here
Oh,
it comes.
bless you. Baba Genesis.
That's the name of the band, baby. Baba Genesis. So what is the name of the, and you can also see a picture of the band for anybody watching at home. I've got the Spotify up. I've got their bio picture. They don't have a website. They have some Instagram, but this is probably one of the best pictures of them right here. So you got a picture and you've got the name. What do you think they're going to sound like, Gary?
I'm thinking, kind of pop. Uh, Definitely not thinking like death metal or anything. I think it's going to lean more toward some bodacious pop, which we haven't had a whole lot of. Which I would.
So let me ask you, Gary, what is your relationship to math rock?
Math rock. I know what it is.
That's it. You don't have any opinions on it. Have you heard any? Are you a big math rock band fan? Or do you know?
No, I'm not a big. I'm not a big fan of lots of notes. And math rock is lots and lots of notes. So, but yeah, I can see math rock in these guys. Definitely, it's a group of engineers.
Baba Genesis is an alternative rock band based in Kyiv, Ukraine. Their music covers a wide variety of genres, including jazz rock, fusion, math rock, funk, progressive rock, bossa nova, and more. Now I'm going to struggle with some names here, but I'll give it my best. Founded in 2021 by drummer Artem Yalesyev and bassist Nazar Danlichuk, two economics majors united by shared musical tastes. They quickly began making music together. Guitarist Ilya Kabanov and vocalist Irina Andrienko joined, contributing greatly to the band's sound. In 2022, bassist Andriy Bondarenko joined after Nazar Danlichuk's departure and became the band's permanent bassist, adding new flavor to its existing repertoire. In 2024, talented jazz saxophonist Jamil Jelalov joined the band, completing its instrumental palette. On January 26, 2024, the band released its debut single, Confession, created amid Russia's invasion of Ukraine. It blends progressive rock, jazz rock, alternative rock, and bossa nova. The band has built a strong presence in Kyiv's live scene and continues to experiment with its sound, explore new horizons, and prepare even more musical surprises.
This sounds definitely unique and interesting. I like it.
I think you're gonna like it. You might not think you're gonna like math rock, but I think you are gonna like.
It's not that I don't like math rock. It's just I generally shy away from lots and lots of notes.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Like Mozart is not one of my favorites.
So I've got multiple ways to play you songs by Baba Genesis. All of their songs on Spotify have the lyrics included, so we can see what Irina is saying. Or we could go over to their YouTube. Let me bring it on the screen here. Their YouTube videos for several of their songs are generally do not feature the band playing their songs. This song here, Confession, that we're about to listen to, does show the band, and she is singing in it, but they're not playing their song, so we won't get to see much there. I've also got this, which I'll just give you a little shot of it. This is a live performance at a like an awards type thing, Young Blood Live. They were nominated for an Artist of the Year type of thing, or Young Artist of the Year, or something like that. Hard to understand because everything is in Russian. But we are going to watch at least something from this live performance because it's one of those rare YouTube videos of a band where the sound is good and you really do get to see the band play.
Sweet.
Yeah. And in fact, I think that's how we're going to watch this song, Confession. Or is it? No, I'm going to change my mind. We're not going to watch it here. We're going to watch the actual video for Confession. We're going to come back to that other video, but this was their first song. This is how they got released into the world, is with the song Confession, written and released during Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So I'm going to try to get the lyrics up at the same time so we can see what's going on. Are you ready, Gary, for your first Baba Genesis song?
I am ready.
Let's do it.
Let's do
It's
it.
Confession by Baba Genesis.
I want you to know that I want you to know that it's true. Enjoy your life, passions in your eyes, and there is no need to be dreaming anymore. To be dreaming anymore.
There you go, Gary. That's Baba Genesis Confession.
Wow.
What do you think? Too many
Well,
notes or just the right amount or what?
well, I don't stand corrected, but dang, that was perfect. The too many notes part was so mesmerizing that it just you just kind of get sucked right into it, and they didn't make it sound like too many notes. So many times that's the whole point, and not just the way to get there. And man, I love the actually that was possibly my favorite part was the too many notes part.
Yeah.
But the one thing that stuck out for me, because we do this a lot, and we just with the last folks we had a little bit of there was a little bit of discussion over their bio and how they how their music is described, whether they're describing it or whether other people are describing it.
Hmm.
And we've always run into this thing where they'll have all these uh disparate genres in their in their bucket, as it were, and we're like, I don't see that. That yeah, maybe this one song on the third record, it does a little bit of that. Man, they crammed everything, every genre in their bio, which is impressive to begin with. They crammed all that into one song
Yes.
and made it work. That's amazing. Because I'm like, how is math rock going to butt up against bossa nova? I mean, these are, it's like this is, and holy crap! I mean, granted, most of it I think is gonna fall into the jazz rock, progressive rock fusion stuff, but man, oh man, that's just being able to put all that together and shoehorn some bossa nova in the middle and make it sound like it belongs there. That's fucking art, man. I don't care what it is. I don't, that's I'm you got me. You got me sold.
Sweet. So I was listening to this song the other day at home while doing some work on my computer, and I went to Spotify and I hit play, and what I didn't realize until an hour later was that I had hit play on just that single, and I of course have my Spotify set up to repeat. Uh,
Right.
and so it was repeating that song, one song,
For an hour.
over and over and over again for an hour. And I didn't realize that I was listening to the same song. I thought it was six different songs that I was
Right.
listening to because there's six different songs in
Songs
that one song.
it's all cohesive though.
It is, it
That's
works
the
together so well.
yes.
Yes. So
That is now is this a free lane into mass popularity? Probably not. But but for a good for people who want to be challenged with their listening and stuff, man, this is they're at the top of the heap on there because
and
it
I
is.
I
I'm
can
sitting there, coach. You find yourself counting? Did you find yourself counting at any
no, I'm
time?
not that kind of drummer, Gary. You know that.
I know,
I'm
but
a drummer that can't count.
I kept finding myself counting, and I'm like going, "Oh my God!"
What were
they're
the time
weaving.
signatures? Were you able to pick up any?
Well, there's part of it. It was in six with a overlay of five. And that's the thing that the too much note parts, the too many notes parts. Those were in two different time signatures at the same time,
Of
and
course.
that's what makes them roll. That's
Yeah.
what makes it roll like that. And so I'm trying to differentiate which part is in which time signature, and it just and that just added to the mesmerizing
Hmm.
effect of it all. No, that was awesome. I would definitely put that on to chill out to.
So that song we just listened to, Confession, their first release 2 years ago, has by far the most plays of any of their songs at 14,000. Everything else is new and is released on their newest album, which is called, say it in French for me there, Gary. right here.
Le Nouvelle.
Les Nouvelles. And so this came out in earlier this year, just a couple months ago, May of 2026. And it's 9 songs, and they are fantastic. I'm going to start, well, yeah, Doom was their first big single that came out of this album. And it was talked about in this article. Whoop, there we go. In this article, and we could watch the video. It's very artistic, but it has nothing to do with the band. It's a bunch of other stuff. And this is the most insight I could find about the band in English was this website, DTF Magazine, which does not stand for what you think it stands for. It's what you know what it stands for? It's not down to fuck, which is the
Oh no, I
American.
thought it was direct transfer files.
Nope. DTF in American. I mean, there's a TV show, St. Louis DTF or whatever. Deep down to fuck is what Americans.
Oh, that's right.
think.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's and I was like a DTF magazine featuring a band. All right, cool. But no, the magazine is DTF or Don't Take Fake, which I kind of dig that.
I like that.
yeah.
An anti AI magazine.
Yeah. So this next song we're going to listen to is called Doom, and it's the second single by Baba Genesis, and it explores, and I'm reading straight from the article here, explores women's fear in a world of violence and distrust. The track will appear on the band's debut full-length album. And once again, it blends all of those music genres together into one. I think you'll find that's exactly what it does.
Oh, they left out bossa nova on this one.
Yeah, there may be less bossa nova. That's possible. And here's how we're going to listen to this one. We have it from a live performance, and if my notes are correct, it starts right about here in the in this 18-minute video. All right, so we're going to pinpoint that spot. And the reason I want to play it from here is because looking at the comments, there's somebody pointed out that at this point in the video, they give a little timestamp. Straight up the best drop you'll ever hear. And you know, we are fans of a good drop in a song, a good stop. And given the theme or the meaning of the song, the drop is so thematically on point. It's incredible. And it's not the biggest, most dramatic drop in the world, but it is powerful. And so this is Doom by Baba Genesis, as played live at a show called Young Blood Live 2025.
every single man is dangerous. It's so unfair to me that you can walk on the street, walk up the stairs of your career, don't really think of what you wear, and I have to watch my step, be careful with my dress, and I always have to be running fast.
All right, that's Doom by Baba Genesis. Gary, love to hear your thoughts on that one, buddy.
Oh, that was powerful. This one, this one begs the question: did she write it in English, or did she write it in Russian or Ukrainian and translate it? Because it's so just raw and just so. And I'm thinking she wrote it in English, but just simply because I don't. It seems like translating it would have not. It wouldn't have been so blunt. The bluntness of it is, and I've noticed that about Eastern European bands, a lot. that they're definitely not as flowery as we can get over here. But damn, that was just blunt and just absolutely raw gorgeousness.
Absolutely. The coming just straight out and saying, I'm thinking, am I going to be raped tonight? Right. I mean, that is, it
Yeah.
doesn't, it is just, there's no hidden meanings. There's no shading it. There's no hiding behind a flowery lyric to say something scary like that. It like you said, blunt, on the nose. Here it is, fellas. This is how I feel. All you men are dangerous. Like she's coming right out and just saying it point blank.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad, for one, to know that she's not alone. I'm sure many, many women feel this every day as they walk down the street. And it sucks. And it's no different in Ukraine than it is just about anywhere else. This is a worldwide phenomenon, and it's sad. And her breathless, that drop. Did you see it? Did you hear it?
The drop was absolutely exquisite.
Gives me goosebumps. I'm like literally choking up just thinking about it right now. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and like you said, it wasn't the most powerful or the biggest or the most grandiose, and it didn't have to be. It was exactly what was called for, and as poignant as a drop can get. But yes, and I also appreciate. Thank you for playing that live, because on the recording you can tell she's able to, I don't want to say mask, but she's able to mask her accent a little bit from, I guess from repeated takes and from this. But live, the accent comes out more, and which gave me, I think, a better flavor for what she really sounds like, in her head.
We're going back to the same live video for this next song, and I'll be shocked if this doesn't become one of their biggest singles. It's called HCYBMH. I was playing it in the car with my girlfriend yesterday. Kiki was like, "What the heck does that? High C bim? Like what? Like it's not a word." HCYBMH. I figured it out. Now I figured a half of it out. I couldn't get the second half of it. So I'm gonna wait for that. They do say these words. It's they're in the song. You'll hear it.
Okay.
It's not till later in the song.
Are the first three for How Could You?
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly right. But figure out BMH.
How Could You Break My Heart?
That's exactly it, Gary.
Наступна наша пісня називається How Could You Break My Heart. Да? Чи да, все правильно, все, я не налажала. Моя улюблена пісня, там така самбочка, так що можете потім потрясти стегнами, якщо хочете. Something make me stop thinking about you all day long. Dream about you every night, right when I close my eyes. Imagine you by my side, tenderly keeping me close to you. How did you hypnotize? Made me lose my sight easily, made it feel like the time stopped right when I close my eyes, imagine you by my side, tenderly keeping me close to you. How did you hypnotize? Made me lose my sight easily, made it feel like time stop. Keep on laying with you in my bed, right after slip away from me like the sand. Wish you met my eyes in a crowd. Made me think that I'm the one for you. when I close my eyes, imagine you by my side, tenderly keeping me close to you. How did you hypnotize, made me lose my sight, easily made it feel like the time stopped right when I close my eyes, imagine you by my side, tenderly keeping me close to you. How did you hypnotize, made me lose my sight, easily made it feel like the time stopped. How could you ever make me blue? Oh, how could you turn the fairy tale into a nightmare? Blew up the stars, tore us apart. Oh, how could you break my heart?
So there you go. How could you break my heart, Gary? And you mentioned earlier you thought this band would sound like pop music.
Yes, yeah.
To me, this is the closest thing to that from their repertoire. So
Oh, for
far.
sure. Yeah, that's the most bossa nova, definitely.
Yeah.
They have more bossa nova in there. But dang, that's a lot of words. I mean, I'm like going, okay, so this is at least her second language, if not her third or fourth or whatever. And I couldn't remember those words in my first language under any circumstances. And it's not like it's not like it, half of them are repeated choruses or anything. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's coming after Doom. It was kind of fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
I think them in their live set placing Doom after this was a better selection because it did seem a little fluffy.
Yeah.
But I did appreciate the extra dose of bossa nova coming from because that's becoming a thing again. That is a rhythm a rhythm that has started to take hold a little bit in the independent music paradigm.
Yeah. What do you think about the two sax players? They didn't mention that in their bio, so I don't know the name of the fifth guy in the band. Is he a part timer? I don't know. But two saxes playing there.
Well, you know me and saxophone players.
You love them.
I love them, and I mean these guys. I would have them in my band. I mean, because they do it right. They're not just sitting there squawking all the time. They're playing, of course there's two of them so they can play not complete chords, but they're playing dyads all the time and they're filling it out. They're playing pads and making chords and stuff and not just endlessly squawking, which is what my problem is with most bands, most sax players that have a band that are in a band and they're just a sax player. They feel like they have to play all the time and just sit there and noodle and squawk. And they're not. They're playing, very, very succinct parts, generally sustained notes, and oddly enough, very almost out of the tonal, almost out of the tonal range of those alto saxes, because they're not the bigger, they're not made for lower notes, and yet they're playing a lot down in the lower register of those saxes, which I've heard is more difficult.
And they're basically like, there's obviously it's the sound of the sax, but it's almost like another guitar in the band.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And the bass player has some amazing set, kind of real low end distortion on it, but it's not, nothing's overwhelming. Everything they just fit in this puzzle, this meticulous puzzle. And I guess that's really where the math rock comes in, because everything is meticulously placed with purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout every song, and that is and yet when they play, they're not, it's not like they're just sitting there staring at themselves, trying to remember all the little changes and everything. They're actually playing the song, and and it's open, and it feels free, which, I mean, once again, that's just an amazing feat in and of itself.
A couple observations. One, during the sort of drop in that song where she's waiting for the drummer to come back in, you can almost see on her face, she's like, I'm not sure when he's coming back in. Is it now? Is it now? And then he comes back in, and like, I have to wonder, I mean, she wasn't one of the two economists that started this band. Does she ever get lost in the math of the math rock here? I'm kind of curious. That's one of my questions for Irina Andrienko. So that, plus the first song I played from the video, Doom, where they are panning the crowd and people are trying to clap along. Did you notice the two guys standing next to each other, where one of them seemed like he was clapping to the funky beat in the song, and the other guy was like, I think I'm just nope, let me look over at him. Oh, he's clapping, right? I don't know how to clap to this.
yeah that's that multiple time signature thing going on. And that's always, I've not played with, but I've worked with a few different art rock bands over the decades, and they used to get a big hoot out of just watching people trying to clap along.
Yes,
it's like, because I actually said, why do you do this? And it's like, man, if you were standing up here watching the people trying to dance to this shit, it's like, it'd be worth it. You would find, you'd know exactly why we do it. And so I looked, the next time I was there, and I would watch them, and they're cracking up, and I looked around, and everybody's just going,
yeah, I'm confused. I like it, but I'm confused.
Yeah.
So that song is featuring, or it's two artists playing on that song. It's Baba Genesis and Chubarini. And that's at the top of his played songs on Spotify as well. But I think that's a good thing, right? To get two bands on one song, get both audiences in.
Yeah.
So I think that was
wise. We've seen that a couple of times so far.
And maybe he's the second sax player. I don't know. I haven't done a deep dive into Chubarini yet, and I'll find out when we talk to Baba Genesis here in a few minutes. Is that something I need to go do? Because I haven't done that yet. But I do have one more song to play you.
Okay.
And I've chosen this song for one reason. I like the whole song, but there's one part that sticks out, and it is the one note bass solo that gets me every time. This is called The Sea by Baba Genesis.
Hiding deeper parts of my mind.
There you go, Gary. That's the C by Baba Genesis. Did you pick up on the bass?
Now that was the way to end that set right there. Yeah, I love that bass line, man. It was
Boom,
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 boom.
boom. Can we get
No,
Brian?
that
Can we get Brian to
everything.
just play one note like that? That would be kind of cool.
That's what we've been trying to do. If you haven't noticed, with one of the new songs, it's a process. But the God, it starts out kind of just like a lilt, like a little lilty song, and just becomes more powerful. And it's like in my notes, I just wrote down powerful, and that was way before the end. I mean, the end just like overcomes. In do they have a keyboard player? There is no keyboard player in this.
I have not seen one in anything that I've found with them so far.
Okay, so we need to find out if they bring in a keyboard player, or how they are making those keyboard sounds. And I mean, it's got to be the guitar player. But God, man, I mean, they've got some crazy stuff going on that I can't put my finger on top of all the other cool stuff. But I don't know, the break when they go into the hard jazz part. Guess what?
What?
That's in 4/4.
Oh. Yeah, they do occasionally do 4/4, don't they?
Well, no, they do a lot, but I mean, that's one of the parts that they would usually branch out and do something crazy.
But then
I'm like
going 4/4 during the jazz part.
Yeah, I thought that was like touche, guys, touche.
That's how well we can do math.
Oh man, oh, this is awesome! I can't wait to talk to them.
I know. I don't know how this is going to go. They did accept my Zoom meeting request. They seem very appreciative of being on the show. I did send them a follow-up email this morning, and I haven't heard back. So hopefully, I set this up with them like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So hopefully they remember and show up, and hopefully they're not getting bombed or anything right now.
Yeah, no, that's always my thing. Hopefully they've got electricity and Wi-Fi. So.
Yeah, I definitely want to ask these guys about, being in Ukraine, being a dumb American. When I think of what life must be like in Ukraine right now, I don't picture music festivals and fun stuff like this. Like that live video was filmed last year,
Right.
during this whole thing, right? Like, is everybody just
In
always?
Kyiv. Yeah.
Yeah, is everybody just always ready to go run into the subway stations for shelter at any given moment? Or do they just go about living their lives and come what may? Like, what is life like in Kyiv right now? And these guys might be able to tell us that.
But I am going to have to step out real quick before they...
You've got a couple minutes. I'll bridge the gap between this part of the show and a live interview with Baba Genesis from Kyiv, Ukraine. We'll be right back.
How can you keep on lying and look straight into my eyes? How can you call me honey but thinking about her thighs? How can you make me crying and tell that I'm the one you
Hello.
Hi,
Hi.
how are you doing?
Hi.
Excellent. How are you?
We're also great. Thank you so much for asking, and thank you so much for having us here.
Oh,
Absolutely.
thank you all for agreeing to do this. This is fantastic.
Well, happy to be here. By the way, which state are you from? It's like 11 a.m. for you if you're in the East Coast, right?
That's right. 11 a.m.
Yep.
We are in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Okay,
Yeah, we're about 2 hours from Washington, D.C.
cool, cool. Well, once again, thank you so much for having us.
Excellent. Is this everybody that will be joining, or are we waiting for anybody else?
No. That's all.
Yeah, that's everyone. I would like to just go through a quick introduction. My name is Andriy. I'm the band's bassist, and we're the band Baba Genesis. Yeah, I'm the band's bassist. This is Ira, our amazing vocalist,
Yeah.
and this is Artem. Artem is our band's drummer. So, yeah.
Hi.
And I am JR, the host and the creator of this show, band you've never heard of. This is my co-host Gary. We play music together in a band here, and we started a podcast about politics and stuff, and then that didn't work out so good. So we switched and started to talk music, something we both love, and we thought we would go find bands that people haven't heard of. And the way we measure that is we look through like Spotify and YouTube. And if a band has fewer than 100,000 plays of any and all of their songs, they qualify. And then I go listen to them and I'm thinking, do I like this music? And if I do, then I got to think, is Gary going to like this music? And then in the first half of each show, I play the music and we watch videos and we check them out. And I introduce Gary to the band. And so that's what we've been doing for literally the last hour is I have been creating the newest Baba Genesis fan on the planet. And that's Gary.
And boy, was he successful.
Oh,
with this one.
that's so cool. That's so cool. Well, thank you so much for enjoying our work, our art, we've been putting a lot of blood, sweat, and tears over the last 2 years for the album. Me and Artem, we've been mainly producing it. This is our first like full-on like monumental producing task. We've been working with our mixing engineers, with our mastering engineers to make as much of a cohesive experience for the album as we can, with our limited experience. And yeah, once again, thank you so much for giving it a shot and liking it. Hopefully, in the future, we can also make work that you'll also enjoy. So yeah.
Well, I thoroughly enjoy it. Your new album, released in May of this year, is a work of art. I have been listening to it like nonstop for about a week and a half now. And you absolutely have achieved that goal of making it flow and feel like one long cohesive thing, all the way from Shores to what's the last song? The Cherry thing.
It's the last song is Doom.
Okay, yeah,
The penultimate song is In the Cherry
In
Orchard,
the Cherry.
which is kind of a play on a Ukrainian folk song. The story of like In the Cherry Orchard is basically like we were tracking material for the album, maybe something for transitions between songs, and our guitarist Ilya wanted to track or record an interpretation of the Ukrainian folk song.
Ah,
So yeah, he listened to a version of this song by an amazing singer, Nina Matvienko, and which we really enjoy. We can send it to you after the recording. But yeah, it's an amazing rendition and recording, solo recording of the song. And he kind of just tracked it, and we were like, we have to put it on the album. We have to, make it like, even though it's like short, it's under a minute, but still we wanted to include it. And I produced the auxiliary sound design, like synths, and like the shoegazy stuff. But yeah, just that's the short of it. Well, short of it about this song.
Well, and
Well,
you're as oh, go ahead, Gary.
well, I was just gonna bounce off of something that he just said there, that he's doing some sound design with the synths and stuff, because that was one of my big questions toward the end of this. Was like, I did not, when JR read off the people in the band, there was no keyboard player, there was no, any of that. But damn, I kept hearing these things, and I'm like going, is the guitar player doing that? Are they manipulating the saxophone? What is going on? So you are adding synths in the studio to.
Yeah, on some songs,
Mhm.
on In the Cherry Orchard, it's basically like every piece of sound is crafted by me and Ria, our guitarist. And if we're talking about the rest of the album, the first song, Shores, was written on a bass guitar with. Can I swear on the podcast, by the way?
Oh yeah.
A
Absolutely.
shit ton, yeah, with a shit ton of effects. Like I'm a bit of a fatal maniac. I have gas for days, get acquisition syndrome. So yeah, I had like I wanted to make like a sort of a shoegazy synth like and also a jazzy, at least jazz adjacent motif, so to speak. And that's what the first riff of Shores, like the main ambient section of the song, like basically the first what minute 30 of the song is basically my doing. And yeah, it kind of then evolved, as with all of our songs, into more of a post-rock section with hard-hitting fuzz bass coming in with hard drums. We also had our friend from another band, The Soul Delusion. His name is Alexander Diki, and he recorded some key parts for us, primarily on Doom, the end portion of it, like the outro, um, and other synth sections he also did, which we then, well, he recorded the MIDI, and then we kind of did all the production with the patches, the synth stuff, the sound design, etc. So hope that answered your question, Gary.
Yes, absolutely. So you've really crafted the song. I was on the threads. Do you all have threads over in
Yeah, we
Ukraine?
do. Yeah,
Okay,
we do have
it's
threads.
all part of the meta thing. But yeah, there was a posting going, how do you do a song in the studio? And I'm like, well, you can go in and play it live, or you can craft it. It sounds like you guys are way into the crafting side of piecing things together, and making these intricate soundscapes. How does that? I mean, we watched some of the live stuff, but how much of that, the crafting, do you have to kind of compromise to play it live? Not compromise, but alter or whatever to play it live, so that it's still cohesive. Because it's live. The live, it seems like you got all this great stuff going on too at the same time.
Well,
Yeah, so
eventually there is a point when it feels much more interesting when you play differently live than
Hmm.
it's recorded, because when you record something, you have this big wish of adding, encompassing, incorporating all this stuff you can, and you start experimenting. But when you play lively, like in a live show, you're much more limited by the personnel you have, by the musician you play with. So in a big part, that's a very good thing, because your live set is very different. Like not very different, but it's kind of different from the recorded stuff. And as for me, as for a listener, when I go to the concert and I listen for a band that plays their album exactly note by note, sound design by sound design, it eventually becomes very boring for me. And when I listen to this rawness, this extremely live and strict playing of a musician is much more interesting than just putting like 1-to-1 ratio of your recorded stuff to the live public.
Yeah, it's more like you are creating new art in front of a live audience as opposed to delivering a product.
Yeah, yeah, and also to add to Artem's um, explanation here, and to quote one of our biggest inspiration, a band Black Midi. If you know of them, if you don't, we do really recommend them. But their frontman Jordi Griep said, "If you want to listen to the album, listen to the album. But live is an entirely different scenario. Like the musicians sometimes are different. Sometimes there are jams that are unique to the live experience. We also try to not do like set after set after set of the same set list, the same transitions, and we do not try to present like the live show as a sort of like, oh, here the album, but on a stage, right?
Yeah.
You could do that by just plugging an aux cord into an iPhone and just playing the album. But we are here to kind of reinterpret the our work and also kind of recontextualize it with our live playing. So well, we're thinking about adding keys to our live shows and perhaps to our future material. But yeah, right now we're trying to um, recreate the recordings, but not more like 100% of every sound design. We don't play with backing tracks. And right now we do not have any synth players or full like live live personnel is me on the bass, Ira on the vocals, Artem on drums. We also have a guitarist, and we also have a saxophone player. That's it. And we make do with what we make do. So hopefully that answered your question.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Which is your favorite? You prefer crafting the soundscape, or for just throwing it all out live?
Me personally, I'm the type of person that likes to tinker with stuff. I've spent maybe 10 plus years of making crappy dark ambient and ambient demos on my uh, underpowered laptop in FL Studio, then in Ableton, and that's where my my desire to tinker with sound comes from. And I'm also listening to a lot of music, and I always have this oversaturation of, oh yeah, I want to do this, I want to do this, and yeah, me personally, I like to tinker in the studio, but there is also a big rewarding factor of crafting something on the spot in like a rehearsal space with very limited time, and then pulling it off on a stage. So um, there are boons to each of the ways here.
I just like to sing.
It's also important to add that Baba Genesis, like as a starting project, it became as a jam band, as a live band. So it's like, this meaning of live bands when disco music appeared and everyone started only recorded their stuff and not knowing how to play it live. We basically started by the super basic approach of playing music live and then rethinking how we can record it, recraft, and make our songcraft much more.
Yeah, and also to add to Artem's explanation here as well, to Artem's answer, the first demos of the songs, I think they're still on SoundCloud. They are rough, like youch. They are rough. Yeah, they are different. The songs have evolved like it's like the ship of Theseus, right? Like we're building on top of existing motifs, and then we're changing, and by the end of it, the song is nothing like how it was beforehand. So with a lot of the stuff, like Cherry Jam, one of the songs on the album is basically called Jam because it was one of the founding jam sessions in a rehearsal space that we did. And then each musician in the band added their own spin on like they basically they added their soul to it, like their preference, musical preference, their expertise, and then it kind of became what it is with distorted guitars, with kind of like indie rock grooves. So yeah.
Yeah, that song actually was kind of my audition to come to the group because Artem sent me the recording of the jam session, and he said, "How do you like it? Can you put some lyrics to it? Can you put some vocal to it?" And I was like, "Okay." So I did. I recorded my vocal part. I wrote the lyrics for the whole song in maybe like 2 hours, and then I sent it to him and said, "Well, that's what I can do. If that works for you, we can work together." And that was the first song we did. And the vocal part, the lyrics are exactly the same on the final take.
First take. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, do you have total control of what you sing about in these songs, or is there band input on that, or are you saying exactly what is on your heart?
Yeah, it's only me. Yeah, it's the because actually I used to work with my own songs before I became a part of the group of the band, sorry. And I used to play just guitar, really simple chords, really simple, like four, maximum five chords songs. So I used to do that because I didn't really know how to work with music. So eventually, when I came to the band, I felt and I still feel like being in charge of lyrics and vocal parts because this is the only, okay, not the only, but it's the main thing I am confident in. Is it in
Yeah,
at?
that's right.
Yeah.
Whichever.
Yeah. So I do really write only what I want to say about and only in the way I want to sing. So yeah, it's just me.
And do you ever find it challenging to line up your lyrics with the crazy rhythms of the math rock going on behind you, or does that feel pretty natural to you?
In English, I don't know why, by the way, but in English it felt really natural. Uh, though we are trying to write Ukrainian lyrics songs, and that is difficult for me. It's probably because I used to listen to like English songs, like English language songs. So I'm really heard a lot of them, and I learned on them. And this is why it's more easy for me to compose, to come up with the words in English in the song than in Ukrainian. So yeah, it was really natural. It's like not a big deal at
So
all.
you actually write in English.
Yeah, I do.
It's
Well,
not
there
like
goes my question.
yeah. Gary was wondering that. Was it writing in Ukrainian and then Google translate it to English, or?
Not at all. No, no, just because I actually I may start singing a song and just in gibberish. just to place syllables. How many syllables do I need to have here? How many syllables do I need to have there? Which accent, which stress mark should I use there? And so on, so on, so on. And after that template, I can start putting words in it. Like, for example, if I need to start the song with the three-syllable word, then I will search for the three-syllable word that that I want to use that will make sense in the whole story of the song.
Well, I got to tell you, we talked about some of your lyrics, and specifically in the song "Doom," where deeply personal. It made us. It certainly made me. I assume it made Gary kind of sad to know that you and a lot of women feel this way, and I know nothing of what it feels like to have that experience, and it really, really comes through. And we were thinking about if an American wrote a similarly themed song, it would it would not be so blunt and obvious with how you feel and what you're saying. It would be more. It would be more innuendo or shaded. It would be more artsy, but you're just coming right out and saying it. And powerful, I think, was the term Gary used for a couple of your songs. But yeah, wow.
Thank you. Thank you. That's actually what I wanted to do. I want the song to be really on the nose, not just making or using euphemism and just a lot of metaphors. I want it to be as straight, bold,
Yeah, as a blunt.
blunt,
Yeah.
Months, yes.
as I can make it.
Yeah.
Well, mission accomplished.
Absolutely,
And it's
100%.
absolutely gorgeous. We watched you play that one live in the Youngblood Live video that's out for you guys, which, by the way, that one's getting some traction. That's got over 100,000 views on YouTube.
Yep.
And it's not technically your YouTube video, right? But I think that's indicative that people are finding your music and really like watching and listening to you guys play it. One of the comments was the drop in this song is really great when you give the part. Oh my gosh, gives me goosebumps just to think about it. So wonderful stuff. Artem, you were one of the founding members of Baba Genesis, and you were an economist, according to your Spotify bio. So, do you guys seek to make math rock, or is that just the result of rock coming out of you, and that's just what it turns out to be? Like, is this a genre you were aiming for, or that you just happened to land on?
Well, firstly, it came when I visited Ukrainian community of musicians called Fusion Jams, and basically they're like playing all this popular neo soul, fusion, hip hop, jazzy type stuff. And I got this idea that you can like just bring your instrument and jam with somebody and make music. So that was my idea. Eventually, my colleague in university, he was a bassist. We started playing around, and there, like, we started doing several musical projects, and it all came down to Papa Genesis, and I'm very happy about it. And as for the music inspiration, I think a very good thing is that we all listen to different music, like, and there's like counterpoints between them. It can be hip hop, it can be some hardcore stuff, it can be prog rock, it can be neo soul, it can be like gypsy jazz, it can be bebop jazz, anything, absolutely anything. And all of this, since it's very great to have a band full of friends and colleagues that can come out with their own parts. So like being in a band is like everyone is like a high-ranking diplomat that tries to compromise with their ideas to work in this big uh, beast that is composed of several people. So that's the main challenge, and it's the main beauty of being in a band and playing such music.
I was telling Gary about how the other day I was doing some work on the computer and I was playing you guys' music kind of in the background, and I had selected Confession, and the way I did it on Spotify, it was like just the album or single, and my Spotify is set to repeat. And about an hour later, I realized I had been listening to one song for an hour straight. And I every time it would start over, I'm like, is this a new? Am I listening to the album? I don't know. I'm just getting some work done. But it's like you can live an entire life within one song, and that song specifically, it's like six songs in one. It takes on a new, almost like a new chapter of life with each part of it. And can you talk a little bit about in your Spotify bio, you mentioned how that song was crafted and released during in Russia's invasion of Ukraine. What role did that play? How did that song come about? Was that years in the making? Was that a month in the making? Talk to me about Confession.
Yeah,
Well,
Artem, let me take this one. So with Confession, the whole process started recording to releasing this song took a year. And yeah, I mean, it was tough. Our reality was changing in front of like our eyes. Our whole like how should I even say like yeah the best way to say it, yeah, our life was uh basically spinned. So it was tough. There were also other aspects like the blackouts we were having when we were recording, and you know the overall pressure of making music and trying to be responsible during this tough time. Uh, yeah, it was tough, but we made do. And yeah, we were also having some personnel changes. We were having, considering this is our first finished song, we were still trying to find our footing. The whole song is really, I would say, oh, for me personally, it's really King Crimson inspired, at least like Red era or in the Court of the Crimson King era, with sometimes like repeating motifs and you know the genre switching within the song from more of a hard rock feel to more of a light jazz and just overall jazz feel. And yeah, our saxophonist at the time. Uh, we had some creative differences, so we had to also adjust their material, what like basically their uh, how should I even say it? Basically, their whole input we had to compromise, so it was tough as well for that reason. Artem, you wanted to add anything?
yeah, it's also interesting because this song was written when we were all separated because there were like big attacks, were dangerous places. So we all moved to different cities and we were all apart. So we started coming with different ideas. And then when we all gathered up, uh, it became Confession, and we played it instrumentally because Ira was not in Ukraine, and it was like we played it instrumentally, I think, for several months, and we really started like building on it, doing some different switches. Then Ira eventually came up with the vocals, with the other vocal parts, and Andriy, he really took big time and started like adding some sections, upgrading some weak parts of the song, and eventually it got into this big 7 minutes of a song with constant transitions. And I think we are very happy about it. But when we recorded the album, we understood how differently in quality it sounds now, because like there is a shift in quality, and that's why that's why we didn't add it to our album, but also thematically and by the genre style. I think it's not very similar to the sound we have in our LP right now.
No, it does kind of stand alone. Go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, and one of the things that we do at the beginning of the show is he reads me off your bio, and every bio has a whole list of genres that y'all that the bands are compared to, and without a doubt, every one of them has every band we've had has two or three genres that, and he plays to me the songs. I'm like, I don't hear that, and he's like, well, there's a song on the third album that sounds exactly like that genre. And so here comes your alls. You've got this whole list of genres, and you're able to put every single one of those in spades in 7 minutes. And it sounds like a cohesive thought, a cohesive work of art. And I just wanted to give you double kudos for that, because nobody else that we've ever talked to has been able to hit, especially as divergent as some, math rock and bossa nova in the same. No, okay. Oh yeah, you did that. All right. Well, okay. And it was glorious how you were able to weave all these disparate parts together and make a beautiful song that just covers an entire soundscape. So
Thank you so much for the kind words. Well, yeah, with all of our tracks, like 99% of them, it's a smorgasbord of ideas. It's everything but the kitchen sink in terms of like our members' influences. As mentioned, I listen to a shit ton of everything, and because of that, there is always like an identity crisis in terms of like my parts, what I want to play, and also in terms of production, because me and Artem had a big part in it as well. But I also played primarily metalcore and heavy metal when I was growing up. So yeah, that's also like why I like these huge overdriven bass tones, almost like coming to like the Meshuggah, like gent, like the 7 string, 8 string guitars. I always like this wall of sound that like this creates. So I try to kind of add it with my bass playing. Also, layering synths with in production stages to make it as huge as possible. Uh, Ira primarily listens to R&B, to indie, so that's where her musical and vocal parts like are taking inspiration from. Also, like old-timey jazz, like
Yeah,
it's
Brazilian I like to listen
yes.
to as well.
Yes, Artem, he primarily listens to, well, not primarily, he's also like me. We usually discuss music all the time, but he is big into hip hop and jazz hip hop, so like A Tribe Called Quest. And yeah, that's also a big part of his playing. And yeah, our guitarist at the time, Ilya, he's a 100% uh, jazz guitarist. He is like a professionally trained like a jazz guitarist, and that's where all of the jazz influences come from. And Jamil, our saxophone player, is also um, he's much more experienced than us in terms of live playing. He's but he's also jazz a learned man in terms of music, so to speak. So yeah, the biggest challenge. Well, let me retract that statement. It's not a challenge. The aspects of our music creation is always building on top of each other's ideas, and because our backgrounds are so entirely different, it always results in these drastic, almost like maximalistic changes, right? From prog rock to bossa nova to something like Lat-Am jazz. To ambient, to some post rock. It's all comes natural. We are thinking of trying to structure it a bit more in our upcoming tracks. But yeah, that's kind of how we did it. And most of the songs that were on our latest album were recorded like well, not recorded, but written like 3 years ago. And with releasing this album, we're kind of closing the chapter of like before the invasion and the start of invasion part of our lives, to also make space for our new selves, right? And our new musical aspirations and influences to shine more. So, yeah.
I have two questions. First, I'm going to diverge from confession for a minute, and because you just talked about, your attitude towards playing the bass and crafting these songs, and all the notes in all the songs. Yet, I played Gary your song "The Sea" primarily because when the song sort of sucks down to its bare core, it's a one note bass solo. And it's I think that's where Gary wrote down the word
Glorious.
Yeah, it was powerful. It was glorious. It was driven. Like I'm getting chills just talking about it. Is something so powerful in the simplicity and the depth of that. So kind of almost surprising with the kind of music you guys play for one of the most meaningful parts of one of the songs to be a one note bass solo.
Well, this song, at least this section of the boom, 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 it's
Yeah.
really inspired by a Portishead song, Wandering Star, it's called. It's, well, bordering on a on a ripoff, but not entirely, right? We put our spin on it, but yeah, I'm a big Portishead fan. I have a vinyl of Dummy in my shelf right now, but yeah, I wanted to do something to with like almost reinterpreting the bass line from Wandering Star, and kind of putting it in our song with the context of the song we built before. And it kind of felt natural, as with all our songs. Like, why people ask, "Oh, why did you decide to put this here and put this genre here?" Most of the time, the answer is, "Oh, it felt natural." We kind of just went with it, right? Somebody said something, and we were like, "Oh, that's cool," and we started playing it, building on it, and bada bing, bada boom, it became its own like part, right? So
Bada bing, bada
Bing,
boom. I
bada
love
boom.
it.
yeah,
Yes.
so
Okay.
yeah.
Question for, is it Iria? Is that how I say your name? Iria? Irina?
My name?
Yes.
Oh, you can make it short, Ira.
Ira. Okay. Cool. So Ira, in finding you guys, I mean, you talk about, and you just mentioned, creating this music before and during the invasion. It would be easy to think that what I'm going to hear lyrically is going to have a lot to do with that. But unless it's hidden in there, I'm not picking up on that. I'm picking up that these are songs that are just more personal, and they don't really overtly talk about life in Ukraine with the invasion and the blackouts and the bombs and the drones and all the shit. And so, is that a deliberate choice to not involve that in the themes of these songs, or are there songs coming where that will be more obvious? Like, what role does that play in what you sing about?
Well, all of those songs that are at this album, they were made, like the lyrics were made for them. before the war started.
Okay.
So they like didn't connect with the war time at all. And we were trying to do some new songs. We had one where I started writing lyrics in Ukrainian, and it actually touched the war topic a little more, just the 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 feelings that we have, that it's like it's because it has the war has been for 4 5 years 4
We can't even keep
yeah
track.
we would
It's been so long.
yeah. And you as a person, you do adapt like this, and you do not feel like you're in the war state. Like I actually I teach foreigners Ukrainian language, and I have a student from Chicago, uh, and she every time we have a lesson, she asks me, "How was the week? How is Kyiv standing?" And I cannot, even though we had every time we had like shelling happening, bombing happening, I cannot find any words to say how bad is it, because I just don't feel like it anymore. I feel like it's just the like casual day.
Yeah,
It's like and I always say to her like, "Oh, fine, everything's fine. Like we are okay and everything's okay. There were only few little problems happening, but in general, in the big picture, it's nothing." So yeah. And this is the actually this is what scares me the most, and this is what I'm planning to talk about in my future songs, is that the ability of people of a human being to adapt that much to crucial things happening around, that you do not feel like that's unnormal. You feel like it's okay. It's like day-to-day style. Like everyone live like that, and it's absolutely okay, though it's not, absolutely not. So yeah.
Yeah, and after all this time, it kind of, at least for me personally, I'm talking from my own perspective, you feel really numb to everything. In terms of like the bombings. Of course, you're anxious, you're having like panic attacks because of it. Well, but yeah, after some time, you're just like, oh yeah, we had 3 a.m. bombing. It lasted like 2 hours, but then I went back to sleep. And yeah, but
And then
sometimes
go to work.
yeah, and then go to work. It's life as usual. Um, Sometimes, of course, there are worst cases and worst days than the others. And also, I mean, people die. Oh, I've had a couple of acquaintances die in this period of time because of either being on the front lines or dying because of bombings. And yeah, you kind of have to get acclimated and be numb to like to these aspects. Well, at least in the long term, to basically keep on going, right? Um, so yeah, just wanted to add my 5 cents
Hmm.
on,
I have
on
two thoughts on all that. One, I am so looking forward to a world where I get to hear these songs where you are sharing what this means to you and interpreting that with music. I think that is a real recipe for songs that would be appealing to a lot of people. And I will be the first to go find it and listen to it. I hope that you do sing it in English, because then I'll be able to really pick up on the emotion of what's going on. I understand if you go with Ukrainian instead, but I'll listen to it either way, and I'm really looking forward to hearing how that manifests itself. And two, being an ignorant American, you talked about being numb to it. It's easy for us to become numb to it because we're not getting bombed all the time and shelled and all of this. And so, my picture of what must life be like in Kyiv, in Ukraine in general, it does not seem like you could get numb to it, right? Because a bomb could hit your apartment right now, right? Like that is a reality of life. And then to see a video of you guys on stage, people at a festival, you're playing music. I'm like, that's not computing with me. Like that's life in Kyiv. Like they really are just not letting this define their day-to-day experience. And I don't know. Am I impressed by that? Am I puzzled by that? How do you guys reconcile with that?
Hard times make hard men. No, I'm joking, but yeah, as I mentioned, you just gotta live with it. I mean, we do what we can to help our men on the front lines. We raise donations. We make like donation only gigs to raise money for either war-related charities or for our troops, because a lot of us have our friends, our family on the front lines, and we always want to like it becomes personal for us, right? You're not having this detached like, oh yeah, they are there, I am here. We are always like, because of this personal aspect, there is no like detaching from it, right? When I feel numb, I'm not saying, oh yeah, I'm just I don't care about it, right? It's more of, oh yeah, I've stressed, I've spent enough of my nerves, I've been anxious long enough that from time to time it just feels as routine, right? To that my personal experience. I'm personally a really anxious person, uh, and with all of this, sometimes I'm more anxious about like more daily stuff than shellings, than bombings, and that's just because of the circumstances and because of how long this this invasion is going on. But as mentioned, you gotta like keep on living your daily life and cope with it, and also you need to put in your effort, donate for the troops if you're not on the front lines, for basically for it to be better and hopefully to expedite this thing. So yeah.
Artem, any thoughts on all that?
Well, it's a very hard topic to talk. I mean, like I have my relatives, my family in the front line, and you're getting those calls, and you're always stressed if you gonna take this call, if he's still alive, and all of this stuff is very stressful. And day to day, shelling when you go to work and you see a message from your colleague like, I'm not coming to work because my house, my apartment is fucked up, it's shelled, I have no place to live. So that's the eventually the reality we have to come with, and to live a normal life and a normal day. Eventually it like boosts you to more uh decision taking, like, maybe it's your last day today, maybe you're gonna die today, you don't know. So you don't waste your time, you don't waste your days. So that's why we have all of this activity, all of the businesses, concerts, and etc. stuff working, and like trying to live a normal life and being productive by encompassing by contributing to the army. As Andrei said, we had like big gigs, especially for the donation. So that's a big part of our lives that we, like, our main responsibility right now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
about a year or so ago, my girlfriend and I were in New York City, and we were walking right along Central Park, and we came across this cool building that we found out. We didn't know what it was until we stumbled upon it, but it was a Ukrainian museum inside of a house that was built during the Gilded Age, like the early 1900s, and is a beautiful, beautiful building, and inside a whole bunch of really, really nice Ukrainian displays, and the most meaningful one was all of these pictures and stories of the various people in Ukraine that stepped up to fight that you wouldn't think would be the type of people to step up and fight. Artists, athletes, stuff like that, musicians, all, and the fact that you can go on and have a concert like this, and live your lives and be who you are, it is absolutely inspiring. And I hope Russia takes it as the fuck you that it's kind of meant to be, right? Like you're not going to screw us up. You're not going to change who we are as people. And if I could have anything to do with what America would do, we'd be helping you guys a whole lot more than
Yeah.
we are.
And
And I'm sorry on America's behalf that that's not what we are doing. But that's what we would do if we were in charge. This would have been over a month, 2 months into it, because something like this just shouldn't be allowed to happen. I don't get it.
yeah, it's almost as if the having or playing at a festival or having a festival or anything like that is a resistance in and of itself.
Yeah.
That is part of everything that needs to be done to make everything better.
Yeah,
And
yeah. To expand on it, also, JR wanted to touch upon your comment. Oh, wish that the song that you write about the war experience is in English, and yeah, with like Ukrainian culture right now, there is a big push for musicians and artists to write in Ukrainian because for the longest time uh, we were really united in culture, for the lack of a better word. In Russia, a lot of Ukrainians viewed Russian culture, Russian music, Russian art as our own because of the brother are like brother nations, so to speak. And right now, because of the segregation, because of the detachment, there is a really big push, and we personally received a lot of, not to say criticisms, but comments. Oh, hey, why don't you write in Ukrainian? Uh, as mentioned, the lyrics that have been written for the album were written either during the start of the war or before the war. And it's because we do not touch what Ira is writing. It's her emotions, it's her outlet. We have our own outlets, our own instruments, and lyrics and vocals are her instruments. We're not touching that. But we as a band will try to either do mixed songs, either like a song in English, another song in Ukrainian, or either go full Ukrainian, because Ukrainian is an amazing language to sing in, and just an amazing language in general. There is a lot of amazing Ukrainian art, especially vocal and choral acts that are just out of this world. If I were to put you on a like an underground Ukrainian band from the 1990s, is Цукор Біла Смерть. It's translates as Sugar White Death. They are this dream pop, almost like jazzy collective that like they are out of this world, out of this world. Singing Ukrainian, their singer Svetlana Nino is. I have no words for her, but yeah, we'll I'll keep action items for this podcast to send you after, like the bands that you should totally Ukrainian bands that you should totally check out. But yeah, there's just wanted to say, yeah, there is a big push for Ukrainian culture and Ukrainian language to be more independent right now. And yeah, we're trying to, with our future material, we're building our own studio space so we don't have the time issues of like booking a rehearsal space and paying hourly. We need our own space to
Yeah.
experiment because we are trying to experiment a lot, and yeah, with the rehearsal spaces and hour to hour bookings, it's not gonna work.
Our time together is nearing its end. I would love to know more about what your plan is as far as like like you have some traction with this current album. Are you putting it out? Are you touring? Are you leaving the Ukraine to go play this music elsewhere? Do you want to? Do you want to stick close to home and live your lives and just also play music, or do you want to be big time, world renowned musicians that do that full time all the time? Like, what is the plan or the goal or the dream for Baba Genesis?
Yeah, so our plans right now are probably, yeah, we're gigging right now. We're just out of a gig yesterday. So we're also performing on one of the Ukraine's biggest festivals, Atlas Weekend. It before the like the invasion, the festival had like gorillas, right? Like the big name acts, but because of the situation, nobody. Yeah, except Paki, yes. But yeah, right now we wanna gig. We're not like going out of the country right now because it is harder for musicians to apply to go out of the country because of the mobilization and yeah, because of that, it's yeah kind of hard for us to gig outside of Ukraine. But yeah, we are being proactive. We're trying to advertise our album where we can and the gig where we can. And but it's like after some time, after it all cools down, we'll go to the studio and we'll start making new music, and try to express our built up emotions, frustrations that were kind of bundled during the recording of the album, and try to express them on our new music and our new art. So, yeah, it's kind of a cycle. You make an album, you get really burned out because you're like in and out of studio for a year, and you're like 6 to 8 hours of a studio, at least for us. And you release it, you gig. There's also the advertising pressures, and we are also on a label, and then it kind of all cools down, and then you have an outlet to express yourself and like to basically vent in a music experience. That's my personal experience.
And that's what I want to hear. I really can't wait for that to exist. I'm super excited about that. So what we do on this show is we try to treat you like the rock stars we think you should be treated like, that we think you should be someday, if not already. So we will be telling everybody we can about Baba Genesis. We will post about it. It would help you. It will help the other bands that we have featured on this show. If you can post about it as well, whether it's in Ukrainian or in English or however you want to get the word out that this is a place where people could go learn about you. And if you check out any of our other shows, that would be cool too. One of the things we'd like to do is think about the bands that we have featured on this show and who would be a good combination, a concert featuring 2 or 3 of the bands that we've featured on this show. And this is Gary's part. I'm going to lead him into this. I don't know if he's got the answer. I think he's got.
I haven't pulled this up yet, so
but
keep on talking.
A lot of the times these bands are like, oh yeah, that would be a good band to play with this band or this band or that band. Like it's obvious that they would be a good double billing at a concert. I can't think of one for you guys. You guys, what you are bringing to this show, truly unique. When I hear the words math rock, I don't go, "Ooh, let me hear the new math rock song." Neither one of Gary or I, that's not like our preferred genre. So to find that we just thoroughly were engaged and raptured, just loved your stuff is almost surprising to us, and truly a unique and inspiring experience. All right, Gary, you've had time to consider. Is there any other band?
So actually, you just pulled it. You just pulled me right in, and thank you for that. I think it would be an interesting show, but you take because of all the stuff that these guys do, and all of the stuff that the Michael Jazz Trio, is it
MJT?
MJT.
Okay,
And
yes.
add that to Howdy.
Okay, got it. Gary nailed it. MJT is three dudes, three brothers from Long Island, who were playing jazz music until they decided one day, you know what, we'd rather be more like the Foo Fighters. And so think of what that happens when you take jazz and make it more like the Foo Fighters. That's what they do. We've seen them live. Fantastic. And yes, I would love to see a concert with both of you. And Howdy is another New York band, very shoegazy.
Well, from Venezuela.
From Venezuela. So we went and found a band from Venezuela back when all that crazy shit was happening earlier this year. And I think, yes, a triple bill of Howdy, MJT,
the one right
and
there,
Baba
man.
Genesis would be a dream concert for us. So
I'm taking notes. I'll be listening to B-Sax after the podcast.
you mentioned after action items. I would love for you to send me some names of some bands that we should check out that have not been on my radar. I will check them out. And if all the stars align, maybe we get to feature them on a future episode of this show. And those two bands specifically, I recommend for you. So I'll send you their names, links to their stuff. But if you're on our website, bindhopod.com, they have their own page, links to everything. So I'll just send you a link to that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
I can't tell you. I was a little nervous. I didn't know how this was going to go. How would the communication be? But you have far exceeded every expectation I had, and I cannot wait for people to hear this episode. And I hope we get tons and tons of people finding Baba Genesis and checking them out and loving you as much as I do.
But one thing before we go, was there anything that we missed that you guys feel that you need to get out there to, because we do have an international audience? And
one thing I would just add from me, just sort of a message to the people, just value all the stuff and all the time you have with your relatives and your close ones and your loved ones. You need to cherish that time. That's all I wanted to add. And thank you so much, JR. Thank you so much, Gary, for having us. It's been a blast.
Thank you, guys.
Can I ask one more dumb little question?
Of course.
In the video for Confession, it ends with Artem lighting a candle, and you fail at lighting it with the Zippo, and then you light it with the other lighter, which as a former but lifelong smoker, in here I'm always going to be a smoker. I've owned many Zippos. Gary has owned Zippos, and that experience of trying to light something with a Zippo is so true to reality.
On point.
And then the other guy gives you the other lighter and it works. Was that scripted? Was that part of that? Or was that just a happy accident?
I think that was a happy accident. Yeah.
So it was a happy accident because actually I'm not a smoker. I never smoked a cig in my entire life. So I don't know how this thing works.
Didn't even know how it worked.
It was harder for me than for you to do it, you know? And that's it.
That's perfect. That's the perfect ending to all of this. Andre, your advice to cherish our time with our loved ones, taken that to the heart. Absolutely. Whether you are in a place where bombing is a reality or whether you're in America and we feel way too safe, that is still true. So thank you so much.
Thank you all so
Always true.
much.
And thank you so much, folks. And have a great rest of your day.
You too.
You too.
Enjoy.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Bye.
Wow.
Wow. Oh God.
Just when you think they just can't get any better,
Yep.
we talked to folks from Ukraine that, man, that's just.
I'm so glad that went that way. I mean, I knew I wanted to talk to them about obviously the invasion and life in Ukraine, but I really wanted to center that conversation about around the music aspect
Right,
of
yeah.
that. Like we could have talked about politics with all of that, but that is not where anybody wants this to go.
And I think you brought it in at the exact right point. Because we are political guys, and that's a given that we're gonna go there. But I appreciate it personally that you brought it in right when it did come in, and but also we kind of the way that they answered questions, they would segue me right up. I don't know about you, but they kept like putting the ball right on the tee and handing me the driver. It's like for the next question.
Yeah.
And I just thought it's like God, this ain't this is definitely not their first rodeo doing this.
They're so smart,
Yeah.
so well thought out. And, watching the video of them play live at that festival, the bass player, Andre, who had the most to say and what seemed like he's kind of like the backbone of the
Yeah,
creative
he's
side of
kind of
this.
the
In the video of them playing live, he's literally sitting in the background in a chair jamming on that bass.
because
And you
he's
think,
playing, man.
he's a bass player. Oh, he's a bass player.
No,
He's so much more than that.
Well, he's sitting in the back holding everything together. I mean,
Yeah.
he's obviously the kind of
The glue.
framework. No, not the glue even. I think he's the framework. And I think Artem is the glue.
There was a
And I did want to ask him. I did want to ask him what it was like to just be counting in these random numbers all the time.
Yeah, so we didn't watch all of their videos. They've got several. We watched one, several of the videos. The one the song, for the song Doom, I do believe, is directed by like it's his concept is Andre, the bass player. So he's also a visual artist in addition to being just into the sounds and crafting and sound design and all that. So that dude is going places, man.
Yeah, he is. He's got a vision, and he knows what he's going to do to get there.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. But all awesomeness must come to end, and this episode of Bands You've Never Heard Of is a production of Ranch Hand Records. That's at ranchandrecords.com.
Band You've Never Heard Of, or Bindho, is hosted by my friend and bandmate Gary Hawthorne and myself, J.R. Stopp.
Bindho is written by JR and researched by JR and reacted to in real time by me.
All the songs that you heard today on this show were from Baba Genesis, and they did expressly give us permission to play those songs in their entirety and to celebrate everything musically about Baba Genesis.
They do not currently have a website, so you can check us out on bindhopod.com with all of their information and the other links.
Yeah, also on bindhopod.com is a link to our Spotify playlist where we put all of the songs by almost all of the artists that we've ever featured on this show into one long list. And there's every type of genre that we have featured on there, from some really nice Latina country music all the way to Ukrainian math rock, bossa nova, prog rock, fusion, alternative rock, and
Shoegaze.
everything in between, baby. It's a great playlist. Subscribe to it, hit play on it, hit shuffle, and just enjoy 3 days worth of great music.
If you're just listening to this still, why? But if you are just listening to this, you really need to watch it at youtube.com/@binopod. Just if for nothing else, to watch the people in the background of Artem's video feed going about their daily lives
Up
in
and down the
this
elevators.
really, really cool apartment complex in Ukraine. I mean, you don't get that on CBS or CNN or any of that stuff. You get it here at Bino Pod.
Yeah, no, he gets the award for coolest background in the Zoom meeting for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
And it was symmetrical. Like he had centered himself in that room so that it just looked great.
Yeah.
That's so good. Yeah, and you know, we started podcasting. I started podcasting early on in the pandemic. I've always been an audio guy, listening to the radio, creating a radio show, which is modern day times is now a podcast.
Okay.
It was an audio only experience, and if all you're doing is listening to this, I get that. You know, I also started to work on video and YouTube videos many years ago, and so this show is kind of the culmination of those two worlds. And so if you are just listening, you should get a pretty full and rich experience. But adding the video component to it it definitely adds an extra layer of engagement. And you can do that on YouTube. You can also do it on Spotify. But you consume this show however you want. What's more important is that you're sharing it out, telling people about it. So please send a link to your favorites. Post it on your Facebook, your Threads, your Twitter, your Instagram, and let people know that this is a place to find music that they might not have considered listening to before. And you know, it has the Bino Pod seal of approval on it, so you know it's good.
And it's music that chances are you would never hear otherwise,
Right.
because it wouldn't just show up in your feed no matter what.
You know, we featured enough bands that at some point somebody's going to break it big, and then that will be that rising tide that floats all the boats that we like to mention every episode. But until then, yeah, this is the only place you're going to find these bands, at least for now. If you have a band you think should be featured on this show, or any thoughts on Baba Genesis or anything else that we've talked about today, hit us up. You can just send us an old email at bynhopod@gmail.com, BYNHOPOD @gmail.com.
Or you can go right to the source. All that. You can send us messages, you can comment, you can click, you can do anything. Plus buy merch or support us directly at bynhopod.com. That's BYNHOPOD.com.
It's going to be hard to top this one, Gary, but we're going to...
It is, but you're gonna. I know you are.
We're going to make it happen.
Because that's what you do.
So thank you so much for listening to this episode of Bands You've Never Heard Of. We are coming back. This is the second episode we've recorded after our summer break, and we're building up a library of great episodes, great bands to feature. I have definitely got, I've reached out, and I'm trying to schedule more bands. So if you want to be on this show, let us know. That would be great. And thank you so much for listening.
Or if you have a suggestion, please let us know.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all next time.
Thanks
a lot for listening.
Peace out, everybody.
All right, that's done. What's next?